So today we're gonna go over a match. I'm gonna commentate and stuff like that. I'm playing Ancient Gabumon, Bonds of Friendship. It's a really exciting deck. It combos extremely well because both sides of the coin plays really well with each other, mashes in very well and synergy wise because they both multi-attack and don't rely on one of the other to really hinder each other in any way, shape, or form. So I like playing both synergy. So let's see what I can do with it. I definitely know this is my fully second time playing the deck. So guys, if you want, bash me down in the comments, but remember, so my opponent is going first. He is playing a very interesting build going into the OTK format. He's trying to counter all OTK meta decks. I figured it would be a really amazing to show off this progression that he has had. So I'm really excited to show you this video, and hopefully it's a good one for all of you. So I am going second. I lost a die roll. My hand is not the best. If I can just get everything off, I'm very well off. But I don't think I can come back from this kind of poor hand. So just making sure I'm in the right color. He flips up Gabumon, digivolves into a Pulsemon, drawing himself a card for the evolution. And then he goes right into Apemon, which is a really amazing 2 evolve cost Digimon. So I flip up the Demi-Vmon to then reveal the top 4 cards of our deck to try to get a Digimon out of the deal. So I'm really excited to see what I can do out of this. So I'm gonna grab the Gabumon that lets me restand for Bonds of Friendship so that we can get multiple attacks in, clear board state, hopefully deal enough damage that it's gonna just set him back. We put the rest at the bottom of the deck, and then that's all she wrote. So we can at least set ourselves up later if we have to. So let's see, he draws for turn, which is not bad at all. I'm excited to see what he can do. So he promotes the Apemon up. A little bit of a lag happens. That's okay. So he decides to swing in with Apemon. I'm going to do a security check. It is a Lobomon, not strong enough to take out that 8k body, which is a really heavy counter to us. He then slams down his beautiful TK, a battle of brothers, as they say. So TK will then look. I get a Gabumon out of the deal to draw me a card out of the top deck draw. He grabs the Sequoiamon, which is really a hard counter to this deck. In all honesty, as if we can't get rid of it, it's a big problem. So I have to dig really deep for what I need at this point. So I play down Gabumon to then draw me a card. Then we get Madoka Batamon, which I should have played down then, but that was my fault. So memory booster, reveal, top 4 yet again. We get the top mat down at the bottom a little bit too late than I like. I grab the Lobomon to hopefully warp Digivolve later. We gotta put it at the bottom of the deck. Put Lobomon in my hand, which is all right by me. So we now have 2 memory boosters. So if we can get out a Davis or something like that, our combo turn can just go off like no tomorrow. I'm so nervous of what he can do here. I kind of wish he didn't have the TK down because then I wouldn't have to worry too much. But he then goes into Angelwomon, set himself up. My Gabumon can't swing, which is fine. I just wish I could do more than what I had going in my hand. So if he gives me 3 in the slightest, I will instantly go up to 7 if I pop all my memory boosters. He goes into War Greymon. This puts me on a heavy clock. I go and use the Hammer Spark in my hand. I go to 4. I play the Davis down to hopefully set us up right. So we get Bonds and Ancient Gabumon. So we're gonna put the Hammer Spark to the bottom of the deck and Bonds of Friendship to the bottom of the deck. I don't have the mat, sadly, so I can't do much here. but we have enough to hopefully get back into this game real easily. Then I played down the Ridemyavatar, which, to be honest with you, even though I went digging more, kind of wish I didn't, but we do hit the mat, and then we do hit the Gabumon. So we reveal one more. We could grab the Davis, but the mat is just super important at this point. So that's like the big play here. So we grab the Mat Ishida, and then we grab the Gabumon because those are the only viable targets. The rest go to the bottom of the deck in any order. My hand was subpar, but bottom, flip, bottom. So not bad. He's at 3. Prices you gotta pay, right? Price you got to pay. So he flips up the Gabumon. He's got to start building up his board again. He can easily clear out majority of whatever I have. So it's like, do I, or do I not? He's gonna Digivolve, draw himself a card. He's debating on what to do here, which puts me on a very bad clock. I don't want to. So he goes right for that Blinding Ray, brings himself down to 4 to bring himself up to 5, which is a really powerful card just because no matter what you do in any kind of situation like this, even if you don't have the memory, you still go off, which is super important at the end of the day. So just realized my headphones were on the whole time, but that's okay. He blows up my Gabumon, which kind of makes me sad. He plays the Patamon down. So security check. Nothing to kill off that War Greymon. I wish I was able to kill it, but we weren't able to get there. If he can climb all the way up to Ridemyavatar, I'm in major trouble that he added to his hand a couple turns back, which, boy oh boy, that Patamon is the Patamon, by the way, that if you have 1 or less security, instantly recovery +1. So he's gonna go play a 2. He Digivolves into Wizardmon, so if he removes a security, gain a memory, which plays it really well with his deck. Then he'll go right into Risey Boy, Rise Greymon Red. So what else can he bring to the table? I do not know yet. So my Ridemyavatar is in major trouble. I don't know what I can do against this. So let's see what he can. Kind of nervous because a lot of what he can do can definitely negate me and knock me out. I don't want to be knocked out too early. You know what I mean? So let's see what he can do against me. What are you gonna do, man? You definitely swinging with the War Greymon. Plays the Pulsemon down. Gains 1 memory. Security check. It is the Bonds of Friendship. Wish it was the first swing. Oh man, that would have set me better up, and then I wouldn't have had too much to worry about, because he wouldn't have been able to get that Pulsemon down. But doesn't matter in the slightest. He does have the Sukuyamon out. So question is, what does he do here? I wish I had the Bakuamon out. This would have prevented a lot of the Blinding Ray plays and stuff like that. You would have had to target the Bakuyamon first, but sadly, we're not going to get there. Like, I have the Gabumon play. It would be really good if I can get this off, but he has another Blinding Ray. Goes to 3. His hand's just really stacked against us. The Wizardmon bumps up another security, which puts us behind really bad. So Sukuyamon comes out. We're kind of in a bad spot regardless of what we want to do here. If he doesn't swing in with the Sukuyamon, we're kind of done for. So he passes us for 3. Plays down the Starmon. Shirabi's gone. Sadly, I can't do much in this situation. This is like the only downside, because it is a Rookie Rush style deck. They can shut you down really easily if they can control your board state, and especially since we kind of combo off, I just don't have it out for this. I can try getting some stuff on the board, but I can't get the multiple swings in that I need. I would have been fine if I had if I was able to get in Ancient Gabumon with Lobomon. If he didn't have the Sukulimon, I had him, but he wouldn't have probably went as hard as he did if he didn't have the Sukuya out. Because Ancient Gabumon would have cleared out the rest of his security. I would have been fine. Ugh. I just needed a Mon on the turn. So at this point, I don't have much to do. Like, it's all death at this point. I play Baka Batamon, Matoka Batamon. Sorry, I was pronouncing that wrong. I have no out here. I really don't. I can't Digivolve for 2. Draw me a card. I just don't have the out at this point. Sadly, no matter how many Tamers I throw down, Lobomon's not going to get in there. I'm going to Digivolve the Davis, but what's that going to really do for any advantage? I'm just kind of done for. So, Digivolves into the Bulkamon on top of Starmon. That Bulkamon's going to just clear out my security and call it a day. I didn't have the hand to really sustain myself. This deck is really like a glass cannon, but it's really solid, to be honest with you. My hand was... So game 2, my opponent is still on that beautiful War Greymon. I flip up Devi Vmon, Digivolve into Gabumon, draw myself a card off of the Gabumon for Bonds of Friendship, because we do have Bonds of Friendship in the hand. I'm like debating on what to do at this point. I go for the Davis play just so we can set up everything. 4 for him is not bad if we can just get a good plus out of this deal. So we get Gabumon, and Shirabimon. I think I go with the Gabumon. No, I go for Shirabimon because the plussing and filtering is just so important in this deck. You just filter. It just helps out so much. So bottom deck. Next, he flips up the Upamon to Digivolve into that beautiful Pulsemon that he always seems to have. He draws for turn. And then let's see what happens here, what he does. So -2 there. Digivolves into 8mon yet again, which is crazy that he always has this in his hand. That 8mon will put us back if it starts swinging and clearing out our security like there's no tomorrow. That is like his main ideal counter for this, which I really like outside of the box thinking, being able to do the War Greymon, Sukulimon, and Mastamon combos in his deck. It just really puts on pressure that this deck is not normally used to. But no matter what he does here, if he goes into his ultimate, we're going to go to 3. So he ends up playing the beautiful TK and Kyrie combo, which really gets to be a problem if not checked. So if he can't get to Sukuyamon, we're fine. I don't need him getting to Sukuyamon. So 0. Hoping to get the mat so that we can just go from there. But it seems like I will only be able to get hybrids. No tamer in that search, so we go for the Lobomon because Lobomon could at least get us an out. If I can grab it. The rest go to the bottom of the deck. Lobomon to hand. Then I'm debating on Memory Booster or Gabumon. I go for the Memory Booster because at least then my follow-up turn can progress really well. So we're going to reveal the top 4. I thought it was just blue card in general, or it's tamer. You can grab a tamer, but you can't. So I go for the Lobomon that Digivolves on top of a tamer. So flip. Bottom of the deck. Add Lobomon to hand, which is okay by me. He's at 3. These memory boosters are great for the OTK decks. because they can explode out of nowhere and just go off. But if you're constantly decking a deck to counter it, you're really solid off. So he goes to 0. Digivolves into War Growlmon, which really does help him out. So he'll go to 3. He plays down War Greymon. I draw. Sadly, I can't take out everything he's got going for him. So I go for the promote play. So that. I'm gonna Digivolve into Lobomon here. Draw me a card. Digivolve for 1, going to Ancient Garurumon because of draw effect. Draw. I hit a Hammer Spark, which, boy oh boy, that puts me ahead of the game real easily. So I get greedy here, which is the problem. I think if I played it smart and just went hold off on the Hammer Spark and went the Memory Booster and just went into Lobomon off of the Davis and just held the Hammer Spark, I would have been fine. I just wanted to go and do the combo play where I can get a multiple attacks off, which was a misplay in my all honesty. I could have went Davis, Digivolved into the Lobomon in hand, and then got him 4 attacks off, and then a replacement Lobomon came in the following turn, which would mean that he would have to stop way too many attacks, which that is my misplay. But I get greedy. I go to Bonds of Friendship. So I'm going to swing in with Bonds of Friendship. Bonds of Friendship effect activates first. I draw because of Digievolution. I forgot to do that. So 1 security. And then we're going to swing yet again. Restand by the Gabumon this time. So TK gets revealed, which punishes me further. I didn't want him to get more than what I was going to give him. But Ninja Woolmon comes to hand, and then he just gets another swing in. I bring him down to 1, which is what this deck is trying to do, is OTK. And we bring him down to 1. That War Growlmon goes away. And then I'm like, what am I gonna do here? This thing's gonna just murder me. Which I should have just went with the Davis play. But I slammed down Gabumon. Go give him 5 because of of his cards. I draw a card off of the Gabumon, which is not bad. I just wish I had another one in Raising, but I hit the wrong button here. That was my bad. So it takes me a minute to fix what just happened. There we go. And they instantly die. Just because end of turn shenanigans. That War Greymon's gonna punish me hard. I have 5 security. I just wish I could get lethal. I can next turn if my Gabumon stays on board. He uses the War Greymon effect. I'm just gonna get more advantage out of this deal. But that's like the only nerves I have here. Is if you can just continue and combo off. Security check, something big, at least something to take care of that War Greymon. He rests the TK. Ooh, we get a memory booster out of this, so we're gonna go to 5 regardless. I can get to 6, we're kind of okay. Just because, sadly, I wish I played the Davis at the end phase, because I do have the double Lobomon, and with that memory booster, I would have just had game state. If he went too overboard. We got to see what he does in response. He's got 1 memory to play with. I mean, 1 security to play with. So I can really apply a lot of pressure here. But it's a long shot. So it takes a minute to figure out what he's gonna do, just to try to finish me off. If he can, great for him. If not, I mean, a lot of good possible plays next turn. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. If I can get a Hammer Spark, I could go up real nice. He plays 3. I draw for turn. Hatch. He goes for passing the turn, sorry. Demi-Vmon into Gabumon. I get another Davis. Davis comes down. I'm debating on just going Davis. I'm gonna popping the memory booster here, which probably is what cost me. Just because I was thinking of trying to get Davis in here without passing too much memory. So I reveal the top 3. I get a Gabumon out of it. I go for the bonds 1. Just trying just to get there. No, I go for the Gabumon that draws me a card. So got the Davises out. I'm gonna play Gabumon, hopefully to draw me something out of this deal. Just an out. I'm looking for an out. And we get the Hammer Spark, which if he can't kill me this coming up turn, I'm solid. I have a comeback strategy. I'm very easily in the lead. But if he's got a way of restanding War Greymon and gaining some memory this turn, I'm kind of screwed. But to be honest with you, I could have went Bakumon, and then Betamon. I mean, sorry, I'm mixing up the card. Betamon, the Midoriyan Betamon, the one that negates memory gain, it would force him to have to use the effect, but next turn, I have lethal on game state. Just because my Davises and a Hammer Spark 2 swings in, Gabumon comes up. We're pretty solid. Security check. Hope something big. Something big. No whammies. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Something big. Gabumon. Sadly, nothing. We get the Matt Ishida. So Matt Ishida is such a good hit right there because that Gabumon's going to draw us 1 and gain us 1 memory. So double Lobomon play is just really good for us next turn. Or I can just go right into Bonds of Friendship and just clear him out. So that's like the end goal here, is if he doesn't have a way out of this, but he's got the Blinding Ray, he goes to 7. It means he can climb right up to where he needs to be. So he Digivolves into Angelwomon, which if he can get to the Bushy, I'm in trouble. At this point, I don't think he has a Bushy Agumon, which if he can get to that Bushy, I'm in... I don't want that Bushy coming in. I really don't. So Mastamon, he draws in, I think this is right when he tells me he pulled the Bushy off of that Starmon Evolve, and I'm kind of done for if it hits there. 0, Mastamon, draw, security check. Now what I'm hoping for. Hoping possibly a Hammer Spark in that security. I would have been fine. The recovery's 1 because of the Mastamon trigger. And then he gets the Bushy. So flip to security. It's a Cordramon. If it was only a Hammer Spark, we would have been fine. But that was 2 games, boys and girls. I think I did a pretty decent okay job with my hands. There wasn't too much that I know I was doing incorrectly. Let me know down in the comments how badly I played this deck. You guys would probably say, you know, you could have done this 10 times better. But guys, remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!